Have you ever looked at someone who seems to have it all financially and wondered how they do it? How do they seem to attract opportunities and build wealth effortlessly, while the rest of us are stuck on the hamster wheel, trading our precious time for a paycheck that barely covers the bills? They aren't necessarily working harder than you. They didn't all win the genetic lottery or get a head start with a trust fund, and they're definitely not just getting lucky over and over again. Yet somehow, they're building empires while you're stressing about the rising cost of groceries. So what's the real secret? The truly wealthy don't just possess more assets. They possess a completely different mindset. While the average person is trapped in a cycle of scarcity, constantly worrying about what they lack, the rich are operating from a place of abundance, strategically programming their minds to see and seize opportunities that most people miss entirely. My name is Alex, and I've dedicated years to deconstructing the mental frameworks and belief systems of the world's most successful people. I've gone deep into the psychology of wealth, and what I've found is that financial success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. If you tired of feeling like you replaying a game you can't win and you ready to upgrade your mental software for wealth, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Stick with me until the very end, because I'm going to share the actionable steps you can take to start rewiring your brain for financial abundance, starting today. The honest truth is, most of us have been conditioned since childhood with a poverty consciousness. We were taught that money is the root of all evil, that wanting more is greedy, and that we should just be grateful for what we have. We were told to get a safe, secure job, save what little we can, and hope for the best. This is the blueprint for staying average. Meanwhile, the wealthy were teaching their children a completely different set of mental rules. One of the most powerful, yet overlooked, principles the wealthy understand is the law of cause and effect as it applies to thought. Your outer world is a direct reflection of your inner world. Your bank account, your career, your relationships, they are all lagging indicators of your dominant thoughts and beliefs. If you constantly think thoughts of lack, worry, and fear around money, you are literally programming your reality for more of the same. You'll miss opportunities, make fear-based decisions, and repel the very wealth you desire. It's not magic. It's psychology. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you constantly feed it images of debt and struggle, it accepts that as your reality and works to keep you there. The wealthy, in contrast, intentionally and consistently visualize their success. They don't just daydream about being rich. They live it in their minds first. They feel the feeling of closing the big deal, they see the number they want in their bank account, and they embody the identity of a wealthy, successful person long before the physical evidence shows up. This isn't about wishing for money. It's about calibrating your entire being, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, to be in alignment with the reality you want to create. So how do you actually do this? The first step is to become ruthlessly aware of your current money story. What are the thoughts that pop into your head when you think about money? Grab a notebook and for 1 week, write down every single thought, belief, and feeling you have about your finances. Be brutally honest. Do you think things like, I'll never be rich, money is hard to come by, rich people are unethical, or I'm just not good with money? These are not harmless thoughts. They are the very instructions you are giving to your subconscious mind. These are the weeds in the garden of your mind that are choking out the possibility of abundance. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, you need to systematically uproot them. For every negative belief you've written down, you must create a powerful, positive counterstatement, an affirmation. For example, if your belief is, I'll never be rich, your new affirmation could be, I am a magnet for wealth and opportunities, and I am building massive wealth every single day. If you think money is hard to come by, you replace it with money flows to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. Now, just repeating these phrases a few times won't do much if you don't believe them. This is where the second critical piece comes in: emotionalization and visualization. You can't just say the words. You have to feel them. When you say, money flows to me easily and abundantly, close your eyes and truly imagine what that feels like. Feel the relief, the freedom, the excitement. See your bank account balance growing. Imagine yourself paying for a family vacation in cash without a second thought. Picture yourself writing a large check to a charity you care about. The more vivid and emotional the visualization, the more powerfully you are imprinting this new reality onto your subconscious mind. Dedicate just 10 to 15 minutes every single day to this practice. The best times are right after you wake up and right before you go to sleep, as your mind is most receptive to suggestion during these states. This daily mental rehearsal is the equivalent of a top athlete visualizing their victory over and over. They win the race in their mind 1,000 times before they even step onto the track. You must win your financial game in your mind first. Another fundamental shift in thinking that separates the wealthy from everyone else is their relationship with problems. Most people see problems as stressful, unwanted obstacles. When faced with a challenge, their first instinct is to complain, blame, or give up. The wealthy, however, see problems as opportunities in disguise. Every problem is a signal of an unmet need in the marketplace. Where there is pain, there is a potential for profit, not in an exploitative way, but in a creative one. Instead of thinking, "This is a problem," they ask, "What is the solution here, and how can I provide it?" This is a profound mental flip. It moves you from being a victim of circumstances to a creator of value. Are your friends complaining about how hard it is to find a reliable plumber? That's not just a complaint. It's a business opportunity. Are people in your community frustrated with the lack of healthy food options? That's a potential venture. The wealthy mind is constantly scanning the environment, not for problems to worry about, but for problems to solve. This proactive, solution-oriented thinking naturally attracts wealth, because wealth is simply a byproduct of the value you provide to others. Furthermore, the truly rich understand that their mind is their single most valuable asset, and they invest in it accordingly. While the average person might binge-watch Netflix for 3 hours a night, the wealthy individual is more likely to be reading a book, taking a course, or listening to a podcast that expands their knowledge and skills. They are voracious learners. They know that what got them to their current level of success won't get them to the next. So they constantly seek out new information, new strategies, and new perspectives. They are not afraid to pay for masterminds, coaches, and seminars because they don't see it as an expense. They see it as an investment with an almost infinite potential return. Ask yourself, how much did you invest in your own financial education last year? Not your formal schooling, but your real-world education about investing, business, and wealth creation. For most people, the answer is zero. If you want to change your financial reality, you have to be willing to invest time and money into upgrading the powerhouse between your ears. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. Finally, and this might be the most important point of all, the wealthy think in terms of systems and leverage, while most people think in terms of trading time for money. The get a job, work 40 hours a week for 40 years model is a trap. It says a linear equation where your income is directly capped by the number of hours you can physically work. It's a recipe for burnout, not wealth. The rich understand this, so they focus on building systems that generate income, independent of their time. This could be a business with employees that runs without their daily involvement, investments in stocks or real estate that pay them dividends and rent, or creating a digital product like a book or a course that can be sold thousands of times while they sleep. They are always asking the question, how can I make money without actively working for it? They think in terms of leveraging other people's time, employees, other people's money, loans or investors, and technology, software and the internet to multiply their efforts. To start thinking this way, begin by analyzing your own skills. What knowledge or skill do you possess that you could package into a system? Could you create a small online course? Write an ebook? Start a niche service-based business that you can eventually hire others to run? The shift from "I need to work more hours" to "I need to build a better system" is the master key that unlocks true financial freedom. So to recap the blueprint, your thoughts create your reality. You must become aware of your limiting beliefs about money, systematically replace them with empowering affirmations, and use emotionalized visualization to program your subconscious for success. Shift your perspective from seeing problems to seeing opportunities for value creation. Commit to lifelong learning and invest heavily in your financial education. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If this video helped you see money and your own potential in a new light, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Let me know in the comments which of these thought patterns you're going to start changing first. I read all the comments and I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stop just working for wealth and start thinking your way to it.